and he won't let you in. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to the always informative, always entertaining, the Boxing Authorities. Join me at the desk, as always, the two best, Luther Dupree Jr., Smoking Jim Frazier, and my name is Claudio Relsano. Well, last week, the 2024 boxing inductions were announced, and I know we were disappointed. We thought Vinny Paz was a shoo-in, and for whatever reason, something that kept hitting me in the head was what Luther said: you can't write the history of boxing without mentioning Vinny. 50 wins, 5 world titles. Of course, the story: three world titles after the terrible accident. Breaking his neck. He didn't get in.
How many boxers have movies made about their life? I mean, think about that. Bleed for this?
Handful. That's it.
Just a few.
Yeah.
And most of those guys are in the Hall of Fame. If you think of most of them. I
think they all are. Well, except for, what's the guy who fought Gaddy? Mickey Ward. For him.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you're right. But anyway, Ricky Hatton got in. Luther, thumbs up or thumbs down on that one?
I could see.
There you go.
I can see a thumbs up. He's had some notable fights, but if you put him in, you got to put Vinny in. I mean, I'm not too disappointed. I say he can get in. I say he can get in. Fought Floyd, had some great notable. Really brought the UK market over. So yeah, I support him getting in. I just wish.
But you didn't think over Vinny?
Not over Vinny. No.
Smoking.
Another thing I'm going to steal off of Luther: can't write the history of boxing without. But thumbs down.
Ooh.
Yeah, thumbs down, and you got your collars flying on the right side, Lou. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for waiting. Thanks for waiting until we went live.
I'm trying not to compare. Obviously, he's not compared to Vinny's career. He was hot there for a while. He was a name. Like Lou said, he brought people over from the UK. I'm okay with Ricky Hatton getting in.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? He ain't no Hall of Famer.
I'm okay. I mean, but Luther hesitated. So when you hesitate.
Why did he have on his trunks Hitman? He was the hitman, wasn't he?
Oh, man. In the UK, he was a hitman now.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
He was a hitman. In the UK, he was laying him down.
Diego Corrales.
Oh, yeah. Thumbs up. I definitely agree with him. Some great fights. I support it, man. He took some beatings but kept fighting. He was a warrior. Look at that eye. Thumbs up for me.
All right. Smoking?
I put him in a motorcycle Hall of Fame, but not the boxing Hall of Fame. There's no way. I mean, he was good. He was okay. He had one great fight.
Sometimes that's all
that
you
he
need.
was already beat. He came
back.
I'm with Jim. He won big fight. I mean, he didn't have like a stellar career, in my opinion. Who else did he beat?
Sometimes that one fight is all you need.
But they say for boxing, obviously you have to have the titles, nice amount of wins. But who did you beat? Gail Sayers didn't have in football didn't have a long career. But they made noise, big noise, big time.
But he has one of the classic fights. I mean, he has a great name. It's a classic fight. You talk about boxing, that's a fight you're going to bring up.
But they also say in boxing, who was your big rival?
Yeah.
Who was your opponent?
Right.
That you can hang your hat on.
Yeah.
You're obviously Muhammad had more, but Frazier Ali, Marciano Walcott was pretty big.
Yeah.
Evander with Tyson, Evander with everybody. Lennox had some, the guys who beat him, he knocked them out. So those were some rivalries. But Vinny had Haugen.
Yeah.
Fought Duran twice.
Yeah.
All right. Michael Moore.
Michael Moore, yes. Finally.
I definitely been saying Michael Moore belongs in. How it took so long, I don't know, Luther.
Hey, listen, 2 thumbs up. Michael Moore definitely belongs in. He fought in the great 90s era, maybe the greatest light heavyweight, cruiserweight, came up to heavyweight, dominated. Yeah, you got to have him in. Like you said, shouldn't have taken this long. I completely support this. 2 thumbs up.
The Joe Louis of the light heavies? Or I'm sorry, yeah.
I loved him. Great fighter. Was taught by his fight by his grandfather. Probably the second best fighter ever at the Kronk Gym. His grandfather couldn't keep him out of the Hall of Fame, but maybe he can keep him out of heaven because that was rotten the way he treated his grandfather.
Come on, Jim.
He got to repent. He got to repent for that, Lou.
Oh.
He got to repent for that.
As much as you got to repent, you were talking about somebody repenting. Come on, Jim. We talking about the Hall of Fame.
That's a whole new show.
Yeah, Jim's repentance. Come on.
I was glad, and don't forget he had a nice heavyweight career,
very
nice,
good. Very good
Matter of
career.
fact, there may be more people who remember him as a heavyweight, not just for the knockout from Foreman, but he didn't beat Evander.
Beat Evander. Put a hole in his heart,
Oh.
you know.
According to the 2,000 people that was at the Civic Arena to see his light heavyweight
Who
title
did he fight
defense.
that night?
Some Indian.
Oh, come on, Jim.
Guy came in there
Jim's
with more
making it
feathers.
up.
There was more feathers in the ring than there was people watching.
We'll move on. Ivan Calderon, Luther.
Again,
Enough said.
Again, I need Vinny in before Ivan.
I didn't get. I mean, good for him. Congratulations.
Yeah,
no
happy for him,
disrespect
but-
whatsoever. But you had to hesitate. If you have to hesitate, if I tell you, Jack Lambert,
Boom.
boom. Again, Mike Tyson.
Boom.
Yeah, you don't have to think
TJ
about it.
Watt. Boom.
Yeah, I guess. But you know what I'm saying? You don't have to think about it.
You're right.
Vinny, again, I don't mean to use Vinny as a baseline, but you said a couple weeks ago, Tim Bradley.
Definitely.
That-
I
you-
still
you've
don't know
lowered
why.
it.
ESPN got him in. The fact that he's on the ESPN speaking, doing
Right.
this thing, and a Manny Pacquiao fight got him in.
Yeah. Smoking Ivan Calderon.
Down.
I'm with you. Two
Jackie.
females, Jane Couch and Anna Maria Torres, got in. Good for them.
Yeah.
But Jackie, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Jackie Kalin, who definitely deserves, as Luther's line
Yeah.
is, you can't write boxing history without her. She was, I think, obviously in the ring, Christy Martin, without a doubt. But out of the ring, the
yeah.
first lady who really was recognized for being a boxing manager was
Gotta go,
James
yeah.
Tony.
Was that good looking one y'all showed me?
Yeah,
there?
we got a
yeah.
Oh, there you
I'm
go.
all for her.
It's all about the picture for Jim. Yes.
But
she
she
definitely deserves to be
chewing,
in.
in my opinion. Okay. All right. When we come back, we're going to talk about some boxing from 2023 and January fights and pound for pound. Okay. When we come back to the boxing authorities. Welcome back to the boxing authorities. We are closing out boxing 2023. Luther, I'm throwing a curve at you and Jim and myself. A grade for the year. Overall boxing. Everything.
Listen, I think we got a lot of the fights that we wanted to see. The Spence Crawford fight, we finally got that. I give it a B minus. I give
okay.
it a B minus. Years past, I was giving it a D, a C. This is a B minus. I think we got some good fights, some things that we were craving for. I give it a B minus.
Smoking?
I give Luther's Blazer a B plus, but I give boxing an A plus.
Really? Why?
Great year. Well, number one, like you always say, the attendance and at the arenas was always packed, standing room only. I thought they put together some pretty good matches, and the real reason is Luther knows, and he won't admit it, but Deontay Wilder fought in one of the weakest eras of boxing.
come on.
But right now,
Wait,
this
wait,
is
wait,
the
wait,
greatest-
what?
This
Derek,
is the
you-
greatest
wait, wait,
heavyweight
wait,
era.
what?
This is the greatest heavyweight era of all time.
You just said two different things, Jim. Which
No, I
one
didn't.
is it?
This is.
You
this
just
is-
woke us up. You said, wait a minute, all year,
When-
more than a couple of years.
For
this-
most part of Deontay Wilder's, when he held the title, was a weak era
Same guys?
in boxing. Now we got a
It's the
whole
same-
new crew.
it's the same crew.
No, it's not.
Look at
Where
the top-
Where was
look at the-
Big Bang Zhang and all them?
He was
All
still
them-
there.
No, he
Big
wasn't.
Bang is
No, he
probably
wasn't.
older
He's
than
been fighting
Wilder.
for a
Yeah,
He's
but
been
he-
fighting for a while,
He's a
Jim.
communist.
Jim, no,
He's a communist.
Jim, you just got
He
exposed.
didn't turn. All them guys turned pro late, just like your boy with the glass
He's
chin.
got like 40-some fights,
Who's the guy
right?
Who's the guy with the glass
Who are you
chin
talking about?
that Big Bang Zhang just beat?
Oh, Joe George.
Joe
Joyce.
Joyce.
All
Joe Joyce
these
was
guys,
35 when he
all
turned
these
pro.
guys were pros.
No,
Jim,
no, they
what are you
weren't.
talking
They-
about?
do your homework.
Jim, you can't say it was the weakest, but it's the greatest, and it's a difference of 1
when
year.
Deontay
Stop,
Wilder
Jim.
was, now this is the greatest. He
How
wouldn't
is it
even
the
been-
greatest?
He wouldn't even
All
been
these
champ
guys
in
are
this
still
era.
fighters.
He wouldn't be champ in this
he's,
era.
he's the face of the heavy. I mean, him and Fury are the face
Is he
of the
champ?
He's
No, but
one
just
step
goes to
away.
show you.
That's
It's a well,
It's not. Jim, stop. Jim,
Well, you guys asked me for my opinion.
We
why I
asked
give
you
it
for
an
the
A++,
grade.
then y'all jump on me.
Because it didn't make any sense,
It
Jim.
don't make sense to you.
Jim, stop drinking it. What are you drinking in that cup, man?
Yeah,
You
he's
said
taking
too
some
that
sips.
it's the worst. It's the best. Come on,
Wilder's
Jim.
40 years old, Lou.
He's not 40.
He was champ at 23, 24. It was weak back
He
then.
wasn't champ at 23.
Well, whatever.
he was one of the older champs, I think. But
Jim,
I'm
Jim, you just want to try to slander and it blew up in your face. Take your L, Jim, and stop drinking whatever's in that cup.
I'm going to say this. Now, don't take this the wrong way. I don't think it's the greatest heavyweight division,
not.
but it was interesting. Like on the big card, the Day of Reckoning, there's a lot of heavyweight fights. I'm really excited to see. There's some names. I didn't say they were great. Frankie Sanchez, not great, but I'm interested in seeing Herkovic. I'm in Makhmudov. There's some potential there. I'm going to say, I'm going to agree with Luther, a B-.
Okay.
And I think this card ties a nice bow at the end of the
I
year.
agree with that. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
I did like finally Spencer Crawford fight. It was a disappointing
Oh,
fight.
it was a horrible fight.
Extremely disappointing. But I was glad to see it. I'm glad that it happened. So I'm going to go with a B-. Okay, real quick, a fight that didn't happen that you're disappointed.
Well, I could name a couple. Canelo, Beterbiev. That should have happened. Canelo's
jumps
still
out.
on his duck tour. Another fight that should have happened is Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk. Now, supposedly they're fighting next year, but this is a whole year wasted, and that should have happened. I'm very disappointed. Tank versus Devin Haney. I wish that would have happened this year.
Yeah, but I think
Or
that's going
Tank
to happen.
versus Shakur. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. But those are some fights I really wish would have happened. And of course, nobody talks about it. Dimitri Bivol versus Beterbiev.
Oh, yeah.
That
well,
fight
that
should
could
have
happen
happened.
early next year.
We'll see. I don't know. Bivol's
You wanted it
fighting
to
the
happen
Lyndon
this year.
Arthur.
Okay.
We're saying
Boy, that'd have been
fights-
nice on the big card.
That would have been excellent on this big
Wow.
card. I don't know why it didn't happen. I know Beterbiev is fighting Caleb Smith next month, but come on, nobody wants to see that.
I'm with you about Canelo and
Benavidez.
Benavidez for sure. I was glad Benavidez fought Boo Boo. I like that. I was also disappointed that every 5 minutes Wilder is going to fight AJ. Then he's going to fight Usyk. That never happened.
Those guys didn't want to fight him.
And then Fury, Usyk. I was looking forward to that. And they're at each other's fights. Nothing. So I would say those two. What fights were you disappointed that didn't happen?
Well, I got two. Devin X ducking Tank and Devin X ducking Stevenson.
How's he
That was
ducking?
dis-
What are you talking about?
Can I have my opinion? I didn't
how's
say
it a
nothing.
duck?
I didn't say nothing when you said that.
Yeah, when you
Those
say
was-
duck is a
that was
duck.
my disappointing.
Duck, but what is a duck? How did he duck?
Is
Because
he
he outgrew
135?
the division? Because he gained weight? Because he's growing? He's
it's my
a
opinion.
25-year-old
Yeah, I
guy
don't think
growing?
he gets-
Did he get
Come on.
taller? Did he get any taller?
He got taller and heavier.
Claudio's the same weight he was in high school.
Not
I
you.
laughed at Chicago.
You're 3 of what you were in high school, Jim. Maybe 4.
You said, I think last year, fighter of the year for Luther Dupree Jr.
Man, I told you, Devin Haney is fighter of the year. You fight Lomachenko, great fight. Then you come and completely dominate Regis Prograis, one of the heavy hitters at 140. Fighter of the year, Devin Haney. Amazing, amazing year for that young man. I'm proud of him.
Smoking?
Well, all my black brothers and sisters lost money on Earl Spence, so I'm going to say fight of the year was what I predicted. Terrence Crawford would take Earl Spence to school, and why Earl Spence is fighting him again, Derek James
Yeah,
ought
that's-
to
I
be
don't
in the
like
ring getting whooped for putting him back in there. So it got to be Terrence Crawford.
For one fight? Wow.
But he
Wow.
did fight a fight that everybody was talking about, and he just didn't win. He dominated.
Nobody gave him a chance.
What do you mean?
Well, I
No,
don't
he
like
was,
that.
he was, I think he was favored by the time
Yeah,
we got
but
there.
he
He was
blew him out of the
favored.
water.
How much
I don't
money
know.
you
One
lose?
fight.
How much money
One
you
fight.
lose on it?
Haney fought a tough Cambosis. That was
Club
last
fighter.
year. But he was tough. He fought Loma, which I thought he lost that
Yes, he
fight.
did.
Yeah, you're both wrong.
Robbery.
And you're both wrong.
Yeah, I thought he lost
And
that
you're wrong
fight.
on that one.
But he did do well the other day.
He dominated the other
He
day.
did.
Come on, guys.
For me, though, I right away it hit me Crawford. Fight of the year.
One fight.
Because he
One
blew
fight.
a guy. I don't think anybody thought that was going to happen. I thought it was going to be a tough fight. You always use the term, what, 50-50? And he
Yeah, I
just-
mean,
Who almost predicted it to the T was me. I've been saying that for 3 years. Nobody wanted to listen.
Jim, he was favored in the fight, I believe. Bud. I
No,
think
he
Bud was
wasn't.
favored.
He was favored.
Bud was favored. Bud was
Well, you
favored.
look like you've been taking
It was very
shots.
close. It was very close. I
Yeah,
think-
you had to put up $7 to get a dollar.
Who was number one? Bud was number one pound for pound. He was favored in that fight, Jim.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he
Loser.
was.
No, he
Yes, he
wasn't.
was.
Quit
It was
crying.
very, it was very
Quit crying.
close, but he was
But I
favored.
don't think anybody thought he was going to blow him out.
Nobody thought he was going to win
Yeah,
that
that
fight.
weight drain for Spence was bad.
He
man.
looked
Oh.
bad.
So with some lefts and rights and uppercuts.
Luth, I know what you and I are going to say about this. Female boxing.
Oh, an amazing
grade.
year. Amazing year. I give it an A. I give it an A. Amanda Serrano, selling out Madison Square Garden, her and Katie Taylor. You got Clarissa Shields, Savannah Marshall.
And they fought more than once.
And they fought more than once.
And they
I mean,
fought name people.
Yeah. Alicia
Baumgartner,
Baumgartner.
that
She did her thing. Michaela
Meyer.
Meyer.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an amazing year. These are some great female boxers. This is the most talented female boxing era in the history of the sport. I'm excited. I mean, they're selling out Madison Square Garden. They're selling out the UK Arena. Things that haven't been done before. Women's boxing on fire. Shields and Baumgartner are talking about fighting. I mean, it's pretty impressive. I like what I see.
You have to give it an A.
Well, every time Luther lies, his collar flies up. So, hey, listen. Female boxing took a major step back this year. Like I said, it's like Bobby Riggs and Billie Jean King, the Mother's Day Massacre or the Battle of the Sexes. 70 million people watched. It never happened
Regular
again.
TV.
They ain't going back to Madison Square Garden. They don't want that again. Anytime you have these fighters, there's not enough women fighting. This is a very bad. It took a major step back because now you got Alicia Baumgartner at 126 pounds wanting to go up to fight somebody that's 160 pounds.
Daring to be great.
Clarissa Shields dared to be great. So she didn't have no competition in boxing, so she went to UFC to get killed. So, like I said,
Jim,
right now,
that's all
right
fake.
now, it's just really down.
How about that blonde bomber that she
Oh,
lost?
yeah.
But
Erica Bridge. I mean, yeah.
You take the
Ebony
reason
Bridges.
you like it, Luther, and a lot of people like it, is the weigh-ins. The girls got great bodies today. They remind me of some of the mud wrestlers of the past. But
you
as
know
far
who
as
liked
fighting
the
in the ring,
weigh-ins? You know who liked the weigh-ins? You know, he's into that. Okay. I definitely think it was an A. Okay.
It was an A, Jim.
January fights. We're going to go over that before we go to our pound for pound.
Did we do? Hey, we didn't get over the best fights.
Oh, my fault. Best fight of the year.
Listen, I got Haney Lomachenko. That was a 50-50 fight. I think that was amazing. I mean, those guys were going back and forth. Haney showed that he was level above, even though he was weight drained at 135. Also, I got Anthony Yarde or Beterbiev. That was a
Yeah,
war.
it was a nice
That was the
fight.
first
Yeah, I
time we saw Beterbiev hurt a little bit, and he showed his heart. And Warrior, the caveman, came out and he stopped Yarde. They had to throw in the towel. Another fight that you guys that doesn't get enough hype. Also, a Shockey Foster and Eduardo Hernandez. That was a war. Foster caught him late and got a knockout stoppage. That was an amazing fight. But I got to give one to Haney Lomachenko. That was number one.
I'm sorry. Okay. Haney Lomachenko was the other one?
Beterbiev and Yarde.
okay,
That was
I
a war.
forgot
Those
about
guys
that
were
one. You're
going
right,
at it.
you're
Yarde showed his
tested him.
heart.
Yep,
He
just-
showed
no,
his
he
heart.
showed he's a quitter.
No, he
He
showed
always
his
do.
the corner threw his towel. He went out on
He's
his shield.
Cleveland
Give him
Williams.
some credit, Jim.
He's Cleveland
Oh,
Williams.
whatever,
He can
Jim.
dish it out, but he
You
can't
never want to
take
give
it.
these guys credit.
I'm just
He
saying,
went
I
out.
gave you
He fought
credit.
a Hall of
You don't
Famer
like
who's
him at all,
undefeated.
Who?
Yard.
Oh, I love him, but he
No,
can't
you
take
don't.
it. He can't take it.
I think he's tough.
Yeah.
I
He
Listen,
got all the skills in the world except for right here. His heart
He
pumping.
didn't
orange
quit.
juice.
He didn't take a knee. His
Hard.
corner stopped it.
Yeah.
He had.
You know he's been knocked
Beterbiev
out
hurt.
before. You know he's been knocked out before. Lou.
He got knocked out against Sergey Kovalov because he shot his load and ran out of gas. That was more running out of gas. Hey, it happened.
Yeah, he's supposed to do that
And he
before the
lost
fights.
And he lost the linen off him. Oh. Jim I's got to take us somewhere else. That was a great fight, Jim. Jim probably forgot it, man. That CTE is getting bad,
What do
buddy.
you like fight of the year? And you ripped on him for having 3. You always have A,
Well,
B,
he got
C.
10.
Well, number one, Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. I thought that was great.
Oh,
Ryan
that was-
Garcia and Tank, I thought was
How was
great.
that great? You talked about
Crawford.
You ripped on him.
Crawford beating Earl Sammy Davis Spence.
Oh.
Inoue over Stephen Fulton.
that was
I
a
love
nice
that.
fight.
Those
Well,
weren't
everybody
great
had
fights.
Wasn't a
Fulton,
great fight,
including
but it
Lou.
was nice.
Everybody had Fulton, including Lou. Me
Not
and you
everybody.
had Inoue, and that was a knockout. And lastly, Vasily Loma getting robbed by Devin X.
Here
So
you go.
that's
You
what
always
I'm
got to
about.
come with slander. Stop, man.
Loma Haney, I enjoyed that fight because it was a pretty fight. And remember, I said have a notebook on you if you're a boxing trainer.
Yes.
And even a boxer, but I enjoyed that. I forgot about the Beterbiev
Yard.
I like that one, but I'm going to throw a curve at both of you.
Okay.
Big Baby Anderson and Prince Martin.
Charles
I
Martin.
really enjoyed that fight. I really did. I enjoyed seeing Martin. Shook him a little bit, and Anderson came back and fight. It was an exciting fight.
It was.
Did you enjoy Big Baby Anderson in the locker room afterwards crying on his mama's shoulder?
Oh, Jim, listen. Why
you
can't guys
enjoy that?
celebrate? Why can't guys celebrate?
No, he was crying because he had a bad performance in front of his hometown.
I
that he
thought
ain't been back
for
to.
me, I wanted to see for him to just walk on these guys.
We
but
saw he
fought
showed
a
his
name-
heart. He
yes.
showed he was a warrior. He showed he wouldn't quit. I
Prince
agree.
Charles was pushing wheelbarrows the day before. He got the call
Pushing
the day
wheelbarrows.
before.
Stop.
But he can
Yeah.
hit. He's
Yeah,
dangerous.
yeah.
He's a
Good,
former
good
champ.
thing he didn't get
It's
a
nice
chance to
one
prepare.
Well, maybe.
'Cause the
But
guy
he did
just
shake
couldn't
him.
get a passport
I wanted to
over.
see.
Oh,
I
come
wanted
on,
to see
Jim,
Big
stop.
Baby.
No, that's
And
what happened, right? The guy he was
American.
supposed to
Oh, oh,
fight
oh, oh.
couldn't get a passport
Who
to
was it?
come
Okay.
over, and they called Prince Charles off his construction job.
Oh, come on, Jim. There
Yeah.
you go, man. Get a man
Ain't
some
nothing wrong
credit.
with working construction.
Get a man some credit. He was in
January
shape.
fights on ESPN, January 13th, ESPN. Artur Beterbiev, 19-0, 19 knockouts against Callum Smith, 29-1 and 21. Luther.
We know how I feel about Artur Beterbiev. Knockout number 20 is coming. Caleb Smith, he's looked much better at 175, but he's not on the same level as
Will
Artur.
this be as good as Yard Beterbiev?
No, he's going to completely dominate Caleb Smith, and he's going to stop Caleb Smith early. I think 5 rounds. He didn't show me much heart against Canelo. I think when he gets hit by this Beterbiev, he's going to quit even sooner. I got 5-6 rounds for Artur.
Smoking?
Are we gonna have time to do pound for
We're
pound
going to.
today?
We're going to rush through
All right,
this. Yeah, I want to get to
and
that.
Luther's right. Anytime anybody fights Canelo, they're never the same. So
Oh,
yeah,
God,
Caleb
stop.
Smith, his one loss will turn into 2 losses. Yeah.
I got Beterbiev in 9, dominating. January 20th, ESPN. Natasha Jonas, 14-2 and 1 versus Michaela Mayer, 19 and 1.
This is an exciting fight. I mean, this is a great fight. Michaela Meyer, she's looked good. She moved up a level. Natasha Jones, very solid fighter, 50-50, but I think I'm going to give the edge to Michaela Meyer. Just a little more experience, less wear and tear, less losses. I think I'm going to go with Meyer in a decision.
Jim?
Anybody breastfeeding in this fight?
Oh, come on, Jim.
period? No, I'm just saying. Until you get 20 fights, and even
She got
20,
19.
even 20 fights combined with an amateur career, these young ladies are still learning how to fight.
Jim is
I'm
so
going with Michaela.
disrespectful.
I'm going with Michaela Meyer.
I got Meyer in 6.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
I got her in 6. Okay. Finally, the Luther Dupree fight. He won't be quiet about it. He wants to see Munguia Ryder. He'll text us, man, Claude, I hope we see Munguia Ryder. Go ahead, Luth.
Listen, man, this is Jaime McGear. Once again, he gets another
Mexican.
C-level fighter.
42 and
John
33.
Ryder. Another 43 fights and he's fought nobody. He's going to walk over John Ryder. John Ryder's a C-level guy. He had a couple surprising victories. Munguia's going to knock him out and get set up for a Canelo fight. Like I've been telling you, he's going to fight him Cinco de Mayo. Look for McGear to win this fight and get Canelo
He earned it.
in May.
Smoking?
How? If I'm fighting nobody? No. Disappointing fight.
Well, listen, I love Mexican fighters. I like their heart, courage, toughness, and they can take a body shot. This guy, in my opinion, beat a lot of notables. I think Oscar De La Hoya is taking care of his fighter. This guy got an unbelievable left hook, a wicked left hook, and the right hand ain't bad. So I like this. I like this kid.
In what round do you like his fight?
I like him anywhere from 2 to 10.
Oh, come on, Jedi.
He is specific. I have him
with
in
10 rounds.
I have him in 10. I think he's going to do well. He's going to chop him down, and I think he's going to beat him in 10. Munguia. Again, your favorite. Is this your favorite fight of all time, or what?
Right. Here's my favorite.
All right. Now, I always say informative and entertaining. So get ready for the entertaining. I don't know how informative it's going to be. Pound for pound. Today's pound for pound, Mr. Dupree Jr., go.
All right, number 10. Now, this is a list. I follow the
10,
script.
or we got
number
10A?
10.
Okay.
It's just 10. I'm only doing 10. I'm not going to Smoking Jim 50 fighters, but it's supposed to be 10. Number 10, Boots Enos. I look at skill. I look at talent. He's a future pound for pound. He has Spence and Bud running. He has Thurman running from him. Everything you want in a boxer, he has. Speed, skills, great footwork, movement, defense. He's the complete package. He's just waiting for one of these guys to show some heart and step up and fight him. Number 9, he had a poor performance his last fight, but he had a broken hand, so I'll give him an excuse. Shakur Stevenson, great defense, great footwork, moved up. He's a champ at 3 divisions. Shakur Stevenson is number 9. Number 8, he looked absolutely pitiful. His last fight at 147, I think he was weight drained. I'm not going to hold it too much against him. He'll fight 154, and he'll look a lot better. I give it to Errol Spence. Earl the True Spence at number 8.
Spence in the top 8.
I still have him in the top 8. After one loss, he fought maybe the pound for pound guy. I'm going to give him another shot. I still think there's a lot of guys he could beat. He was weight drained. He'll look different at 154. Number 7, the Mexican monster. If he gets a chance to fight the Canelos of the world, he's going to be even higher. This guy is a monster. Yes, he may be flat-footed, power in both hands, stamina. He keeps coming. He stopped one of the most elusive boxers in David Benavidez. He stopped playing. He was almost my fighter of the year because he had 2 great performances, stopped Bubu Andrade, and he also beat Caleb Plant. Number 6, Dimitri Bivol. He had completely embarrassed Smoking Jim's boy, Canelo, and has just been on a tear. He has the skills. He just needs to fight. Too bad he's fighting Lyndon Arthur. It's another showcase fight, but I think he can move up. Dimitri Bivol needs to have the gas so he can show his skills, but he's very skilled, great boxer, good power. Number 5, I got Tank Davis. Tank Davis, every time we see him, he's showing more and more skills. Destroyed and embarrassed Ryan Garcia. Smoking Jim said Ryan Garcia was the next Sugar Ray Leonard. He exposed Smoking Jim again, and now Smoking Jim is off the Ryan Garcia train.
Quick.
Tank Davis is a man. I like him to fight the Shakurs, the Devin Haney's, the Frank Martins. Hopefully he gets it done this year. Number 4, I don't like putting heavyweights on here, but I got to put Alexander Usyk on here. Because of what he did in the cruiserweight. He's a little guy who's fighting at heavyweight, completely embarrassed another one of Smoking Jim's boys, Anthony Joshua. I got him number 4. Number 3, Devin Haney, my fighter of the year. You beat Lomachenko and Regis Prograis in the same year. I got to put you in the top 5. He did some great things. He's looking better and better. He's only 25, only getting better. Number 3 is Devin Haney. Number 2, I wasn't sold on him. But after what he did, demolished Stephen Coolboy Fulton, I have to give my respect to Inoue. Very, very impressed with what he is. He's talking about maybe coming up and fighting Tank Davis. I mean, he's very skilled. I didn't think he had that power, that much movement, but Inoue is the real deal. And number 1, I was wrong in my prediction. Unlike Jim, I admit it. Bud Crawford proved that he's the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter. He completely dominated and humiliated Errol Spence. I didn't think that would ever happen. He did it. He's my number 1 at this time. I think at 154 it'll be a much more competitive fight. But right now, Bud Crawford is number 1 pound for pound.
Before we go to yours, you don't have Tyson. You have Usyk over Wilder and Fury?
Listen, man,
And Usyk had a hard time with.
I do have him number 4. I do have him number 4 because of what he did in cruiserweight. The fact that he's done it in two divisions. I'm still putting him at number 4.
Over Wilder and Fury. So you think Usyk would beat Wilder and Fury?
No, I don't think he'll beat Wilder at all, and I don't think he'll beat Fury. But because of what he did in cruiserweight, I don't like putting heavyweights on my list. But because he's done it at multiple levels, and he's dominated a little guy come up to heavyweight, and he's completely embarrassed that Anthony Joshua made a Daniel Dubois quit, I give a lot of credit to that. I usually don't put heavyweights at all. But because of what he's done at cruiser and heavyweight, man, you're a little guy going up to the toughest of the toughest, and you're making guys quit. I have to give you credit.
I don't know what your 10 is yet, or 20, whatever you got. But when I think of Spence, you know who I think about. Remember the boat? Somebody we saw, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I think of with Spence. I think Spence is done.
After one fight against the pound-for-pound top fighter of the year?
I just think like I said, that one guy we were thinking about, I don't see him doing well again. I think he should pack it in.
We'll see.
I really do.
Listen, man, he may pack it in if he has another showing against Bud Crawford like that.
Oh,
but
I would never, if I were his people, I wouldn't. I mean, hopefully he's made enough money. I would not do that. I'm sorry, Jim, go ahead.
Well, I'm probably Luther because by not putting Wilder in his top 10, he's proven that Wilder fighting a weak ear and can't handle his ear.
Weak ear.
I don't put heavyweights in.
The greatest heavyweight of all
And,
time.
I think your phone is ringing, Lou. And I tell you what, I want to say too. I want to thank ESPN or Ring Magazine, whoever you got that list from.
No, I don't. I'm not you, Jim.
Okay. Here's my top 10. 10C, Clarissa Shields. I'm not,
come on, Jim.
not sure about her chin. 10B, Usyk. 10A, Tyson Fury. 9, Devin X. Haney, the running from competition
come
man.
on, Jim. Stop,
Did you
Jim.
lower Fury because of the fight with Ngannou?
No, I'm like Luther. It's because of the heavyweights. You know what I mean? The list wasn't made for heavyweights.
Than't you, Jim.
It was
Finally
made for-
coming over. Finally. Okay.
Number 8B, Sebastian Fundora.
What?
You can't have a pound for pound
What?
without a
What?
6'6", 154
Well, he ain't
pound.
done yet.
One
Wait.
of the most
You know
dedicated.
you know he's gonna have.
One of the
Gosh.
most dedicated athletes of all time.
He just got
he ain't
destroyed.
complaining. He can't make weight. He makes it at 6'6".
Just got
Number
destroyed.
8A, Francis Ngannou.
Oh.
Number 7.
Wait, hold on. You have Ngannou over Usyk?
I got, huh?
You have Ngannou over Usyk in the
And-
heavyweight
and
division?
Fury.
Yeah.
And Fury?
Well, Fury, this guy's not as big as Fury. Fury's big. Fury's almost 300 pounds. You ever see the body on Ngannou?
Sure.
He in shape, man. He's tight. Yeah, I got him over
This might be the
Usyk.
worst list ever.
Number 7, Tim
Zoo.
Zoo. Yeah. Number 6, Stevenson. Number 5B, Arthur Better Behave.
Did Shakur, for me, and I'll give it a second, he went down after
Yeah,
that
that's
last
why I
fight.
got him all the way down here at 6.
Okay.
Got him at 6.
Arthur Better Behave at 6, at 5B, 19-0 with 19 knockouts. Number 5A, and you don't have him on your list. Very disappointed, Lou. David Morrell. Number 4, he got to be here in the top 5. Terrence Crawford. Number 3.
Wait. You have him 4?
Yeah, Terrence Crawford. That's pretty good. I got Terrence Crawford.
You better not have who I'm thinking. I haven't heard the name
Number-
yet.
Number 4.
I haven't heard the name
You
yet.
know he's going to have it number 1.
Number
You better
3.
not, I'm quitting.
Number 3. Prison number 140137. Crime Time. Tank Davis.
Stop, Jim.
Number 2B. Number 2B. I'm going to Japan. Inoue.
Okay.
I'm the Rainbow Coalition. Number 2A. Richard Torres Jr. And number 1,
Terrible.
he turned pro at 15. He's still 33 years old and young. Welterweight, light middleweight, middle, super middleweight, light heavyweight. And like Claudia always says, what can you hang your hat on? Well, the Forbes list got him as one of the richest athletes in the world. I would hang my hat on, and if you watch him, you got to hang your hat on. This guy's counter-punching ability is unbelievable. His head and body movement. And I tell you
Who's
what.
he describing?
You
Not the guy
yinzers.
he's describing.
And I tell you what, his English is better than my Spanish. 73, 2-2 with 52 knockouts. Canelo
Well,
Alvarez.
Did you have Dimitri Bivol on there?
Huh?
You didn't have
No,
Dimitri
why would
Bivol.
I have him on?
Because
Because
he beat
he
the guy.
dominated
Did
to
he,
number
did he
one.
beat him
He
at
beat the guy.
welterweight?
What do
Did
they
he
do
beat-
in college
did
football?
he-
If you beat that team, you move up.
No. This is pound for pound. Did Bivol fight welterweight? No. Did he fight light middleweight? No. Did he fight middleweight? No.
'Cause that
Did
wasn't
he
him.
fight super
That's not him.
middleweight? This is pound for pound. Canelo went from welterweight all the way almost to cruiserweight.
He didn't go
This
to
is pound
Can I
for
ask you a
pound.
question?
Hey, didn't Sugar Ray Robinson lose to a light heavyweight? They ain't move him down. They ain't put the light heavyweight. You can't even name the light heavyweight that beat Sugar Ray Robinson.
Turpin.
There you go. You couldn't have named it, Lou. And
Randy
Turpin ain't the head of him. And Sugar Ray, it was because the heat, he fell out.
Now you know,
Canelo beat him first 4 rounds according to all the
I'm going to
judges.
preface this.
stop.
You know I love you to death.
Yes, sir.
That's the
Let me
worst
ask you a
list. That's the
question.
worst list I've ever
Let
seen
me ask
in
you
my
a
life.
question. How many boxing fans do you think are in the world right now?
Millions.
5?
Yeah.
Say 5 million. Who watch it? How many would have Richard Torres number
None.
2 pound for
Only this
How
guy.
many would have him in the top 10 in heavyweights?
None.
He's got so Jim. We're sitting with somebody who's like 1% out of a zillion people.
And he's
Very
fought
good.
he's fought nobody in the top 20 of heavyweights.
What
top
that mean?
25.
That
Well,
don't
how the
mean-
hell did he get to number
I mean,
2?
How are you number 2?
The eye test. Passes the eye test.
Although
You're
Jim
right.
sent me.
And that's
How
why
did,
you
how
wear-
did Bryce
that's why you
Young?
wear
How did Bryce
bifocals.
Young go number 1 overall when I told everybody he couldn't play in the
Jim,
NFL?
it's his first year with
Eye
no
test.
talent.
Oh my goodness.
No talent.
Oh, they sure almost made the playoffs last year. Where'd the talent go?
They had a different coach, too.
Well, I
they
love
should have kept.
Houston. I love Houston. That's
Why?
He really had no talent.
But look, no, they,
Oh,
listen. Oh, God. Listen, now, we're not even going to go that route because they won without their quarterback yesterday.
Yeah, thank you.
So they have talent.
The biggest drop for me since we've done this is Shakur. He dropped to number 10. I'm gonna have him at 10.
Good job.
Number 9, 9B. Okay, because you remind me of somebody, so that's my fault. Boots Ennis is 9B. 9A, Tank Davis. 8. I don't know if I've ever had Canelo in the top 5.
Okay.
I got him in an 8.
Number 8.
Red hair.
7, Bivol, because Bivol beat him. I mean, you have Canelo over Bivol, but Bivol beat him in that weight division.
And we both got Sugar Ray Robinson over Turpin, so.
That's a historic. We're talking current list, Jim.
I can't remember. Okay.
In a
I
way.
can't remember. No, yeah, I know, but I had somebody else here that you remind me, but I don't have him on there. Anyway, number 6.
Thank you.
My printer.
Was it David?
Yes,
Beterbiev?
David Benavidez. Thank you. I completely forgot about David Benavidez, and I got to put him in there. Number 5, B. Usyk. I got Usyk 5B. I
Okay.
scribbled.
Okay.
My printer was messed up, and I got mad, and I just started scribbling names. 5A, Beterbiev. He hasn't lost. He's knocking out
that.
everybody.
I like that.
4, and this is probably a little bit low, is Devin Haney. And I'm going to put 4B, Usyk. I have Usyk here damn twice. I should have come prepared better. I have Haney at 4. Number 3 is Wilder. Number 2, and I've had this guy, number 1, almost maybe since we've had the show,
you have.
almost. And that's Tyson Fury. Number 1, because he dominated a name opponent. Everybody wanted this fight. And he just dominated, breezed right through it, looked great. Didn't, physically he was good. Mentally he was good. He was in great shape. And that's Bud Crawford. He really impressed me. Fury went down because he should have blown
You would think.
Ngannou away. He
Good
should
on-
have.
good.
Ngannou's tough.
He's top 10. Top 10.
I don't see.
Why?
It was his
'Cause off a
first
loss?
fight. Maybe he had some ability. He lost. Number 1. Number 2, he's not a boxer. Number 3, I told many MMA people. I said, name me an MMA fighter that did good against a good boxer, and I can't.
Name me a receiver from Mississippi Valley State that did good in the NFL. Other than
But he
Jerry
was always
Rice.
a wide
Other
receiver.
than
He
Jerry
was
Rice.
still a
He was-
wide receiver.
listen,
Right.
I don't understand the.
It's one of Jim's analogies. It don't make sense.
I think I said that the fight wasn't going to be entertaining. I said Fury was going to dominate
Yeah, you
It
Ngannou.
was entertaining.
Yeah, no, I was wrong. I was wrong.
I think
when,
Ngannou
when
won.
you sent me the thing that Fury got knocked down, I said, you got to be kidding me. What's that?
Top 8, number 8.
But he lost. No, you give him credit for putting up a hell of a fight. I would not rank him at and
Well, if he's
rankings
number
are very
two,
important. Go ahead.
He's
He
the
dropped for
heavyweight
me.
champion of the world.
He dropped.
And you go to a split decision with the heavyweight champion in the world, would you put him at least in the top 15?
But if he had like 10, 15,
No,
20
no.
wins,
But
I
answer my
can't do it. I
question.
can't.
Then
I
you
can't.
wouldn't put him.
For some reason, I think if
can't
he
do it?
fights Wilder knocks him out. If he fights Usyk, I think Usyk styles him and wins. If he fights, who would you say? Big Baby Anderson. I think Big Baby Anderson beats him. I think he might do well against a Makhmudov, a Herkovic. I think
That's
Big
top
Bang
10.
Zhang beats him. So
That's
I got
top 10. That's top 10 already. At least top 15. Where'd you put him?
but I
Top
still
15?
say I
gotta
okay.
see more. I mean,
I
I
gotta
was
see
one match,
more.
Yeah.
But what we do for hypotheticals here. I mean, Joe Lewis ain't fighting, Deontay Wilder. So we got to do hypotheticals. Would you put him in the top 10 after
I can't with
split
a zero.
decision?
I
Top
did
15.
rankings.
I could do top 15.
Okay,
Top 15,
Top 15,
I've
not
done
top
rankings.
10.
I've done
Not-
rankings before. Whenever I seen some rankings of a guy who's like 10, 11, and 2 in the top 5, I can't do it. When I see a guy, because rankings to me is important. 0 and 1, I give him credit. I give him a pat on the back. I say, okay, fight somebody else, maybe fights another. But I just said, I think Zhang beats him. I think Wilder beats him.
Okay.
I think Big Baby Anderson beats him. I think a lot of the
So how
heavyweight-
far
AJ
down would
beats
you?
him.
How far down?
Jim, I
into-
have a hell of a time putting him top 10.
You already mentioned a couple guys in the top 10 that he could beat, that he would look good against, that he could have a chance to beat.
I don't have
I
beat
give him
anybody in my
credit.
top
He
10.
surprised me with his
Huh?
footwork.
I don't have anybody in my top
So
10
you
that he
say
would beat
top
right now.
15?
Top 15
You
for
say
sure.
top 15?
I'll say 14. I'll say 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I'll
Okay,
say
you're
12,
moving
15.
up. At least he's
I
moving up.
liked his
At least
footwork.
he's moving
Yeah,
up. Thank
he
you.
was very
I thought he
impressive.
was going to. I
And
did
his
not
chin,
think
his chin is-
I like this trainer, Mike Tyson. Mike
I don't know
Tyson's
how much
serious
Tyson
trainer. Tyson helped him out a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
Tyson-
it
didn't
appears
hurt
that
him,
he
that's for
did.
sure.
It appears that he
But
did.
you have to have
But
a
that
God-given
chin,
ability.
When I saw him
You
get
could
he
have
got
had
that.
He
Yeah, he
does.
got
He
that.
surprised me. I did not think he was going to be. For me, I always talk about footwork. And you know what else? He did. I liked his jab. He didn't look like this is his first fight.
Yeah,
I'll
and
put
then
you
that
that way.
counter punch that he
Yeah,
dropped
counter.
Tyson
There you go.
Fury with, I was impressed.
And
And, then his chin.
You
Oh,
guys
my goodness.
give boxing a little bit too much credit, and we all love boxing. There's only 5 punches in boxing. It's the easiest
5 what?
combat sport. There's
5
only 5
punches?
punches you can do in boxing. That's it. That's it.
But you have to be able to do them though.
yeah, and he
Did-
can.
And it's speed.
And he
It's
can.
it's also how you do them. Some guys can throw a jab. It's basic. Other guys
sometimes-
have a killer jab.
Right. And
Some
you-
guys have a good uppercut. Some guys don't. Yeah, it's how you
You
throw
talking
it,
about
Jim.
Jake Paul, ain't you? He can do it all. huh?
Oh,
But
God,
instead of
come
throwing
on,
a
Jim.
jab in the fight, he's used to throwing a kick. You see what I'm
Right.
trying to say? That's why I wasn't sure.
Right.
I just wasn't sure about his footwork. I wasn't sure if he was going to look a little
Sound like
clumsy.
you're short now.
No, I'm better. But I need to
He
see
was
more.
impressive. He
Again,
was
if he
impressive
fights
for his
Zhang,
first
I got
fight.
Zhang. If he fights Big Baby Anderson, I got Anderson. If he fights Usyk, I got Usyk. If he got
Big
Wilder,
Baby
I got
Anderson's
Wilder.
mama won't let him fight
Oh,
him.
come on, man.
She won't let him fight him or Richard Torres. He been
Jim.
ducking Richard
Oh, who do you
Torres.
like, Torres or Ngannou?
That'd be a good fight.
Who do you like, though?
It'd be a good fight. I can't. It'd be a good fight.
It has to be
I would
Torres
have
if
to
you have
say-
a number 2.
I would have to say Torres. I'd have to
Yeah,
say
you
He
got
Torres.
it.
He might. I am liking Torres more. I said you sent me a piece on him. Thank you. I like him. I do like the fact that they're letting people know who he is
Yes.
as a person.
Yes.
We can see you two want to fight, but I'm starting to like him.
Thank you.
I would like to see better footwork. I would like to see better hand movement too.
And head movement. His head, he keeps
had
his
the
head
head
on the
to move
line.
it, right.
So somebody's going to catch him.
Loses somebody.
And he
Anybody
is.
could throw a punch.
He's
Any
a,
of them.
he
You keep your
is
head on
a
the line and
Mexican Rocky Marciano.
What's his size? What's his size?
He's 6'2", 240.
That's not
Okay,
huge
that's not
for
big
heavyweight.
anymore.
That's not huge for heavyweight
Oh,
nowadays.
the way he can hit. Mike Tyson was 218.
But Mike Tyson can
he had-
hit.
And so can
Roger
Torres.
Marciano was 5'8",
Thank you.
but he
But
could
thank
hit.
you.
But look,
So is
Tyson also
Torres.
had great head movement.
How
He had great
excellent
body
head
control,
movement.
speed.
Did Sonny
He hit you
Liston
from
have great
crazy
head
angles.
movement,
He
or
had
he
a
just
jab.
knocked your head off?
He was a bruiser.
How
but
about
Torres-
George Foreman's head movement?
But George can
Nah,
hit.
he
George can hit
so
even at
can
50.
Torres.
Like those guys?
Yes, just like
Does he
the-
have a long
He's
jab
the
like Liz?
Mexican Rocky Marciano. Do I
don't
gotta
see
say
that.
anything more? And you know I love me some Rocky.
I hope he does good, but I mean,
Jim, that
I
list is
do. I
gonna
am
be
pulling for him.
Jim, by the end of
He ain't on the
2024,
line.
that list is going to be exposed so bad.
Will he be a
I'm going to
champion in
mark all the L's.
2024?
No.
Huh?
Will he be a champ in 2024?
No.
Probably not,
No.
because why would somebody?
How the hell is he number
why
two?
Why would somebody? Well, Muhammad Ali was known in 1962 when the Beatles
Here's
were
a
very
better-
But he won
famous.
the
Claudio,
Olympics. He was
here's a
big.
better question.
This guy was in the Olympics.
Will Therese
But
fight
Muhammad
somebody in
won
the
him.
top 10 by the end of 2024?
Huh?
Me, I don't see it.
That's what I'm
Why?
saying.
These guys
wait.
don't fight.
Did you say will he fight?
Will he fight somebody in the top 10 in 2024?
They're not going to fight him. David Morrell can't get a fight, and everybody knows him. This guy got just as many
But
fights
he's
as
put
David
people in
Morrell.
the hospital,
This
though.
guy got.
And he's-
Where do
Morrell-
you think these guys are going after?
Oh, but they were not the opponents.
He
Morrell.
got just as many fights as the Morrell. Y'all don't give
He
him
doesn't
credit
have a belt.
because
Does he
he's
have a belt?
because he's Mexican.
Is he
Morrell
on
got-
TV?
Morrell
Because
has
he's
a belt.
Has he been headlining?
You
No.
guys have proved on this show that you guys got a problem
His
with
Therese-
Mexicans.
No.
Hey, stop
His-
pushing that out there,
his-
Jim.
All right,
Therese-
That's
Donald
not
Trump.
true.
Donald, you building a wall. You building a wall at your house.
Stop, Jim. It's crazy.
Is Therese fought a main event?
No. No,
Is
matter
he
of
fought
fact,
a name?
he's usually
He
the
fought a
opening
name.
fight.
Well, who's
yeah.
more famous on either list? It's Terrell because I mean,
Over who?
Therese,
Because he
man?
fought in the Olympics. You
He's
guys,
not-
you
he
guys,
has no following.
everybody around the world knows who this
No,
guy is.
that what, for losing? For losing, for getting the silver,
Well, the guy's
silver medal?
undefeated that beat him. And he could knock out
For-
Wilder right now.
Oh,
The guy that
dude,
beat him from
stop.
Russia.
You're talking
The
crazy.
guy that beat him from Russia is 15
Well, why don't you
with
have him on the
15
list?
knockouts.
Why don't you have him on the list, Jim?
Because I couldn't
Cause
pronounce
what?
his name.
There's a lot of guys you can't pronounce their
And you
names,
think
Jim.
he could beat Wilder, Fury, Usyk right now?
Who?
Therese.
I'm saying the guy that beat him in
I
the
know, but I'm talking
Olympics.
about right
could-
now.
Oh yeah, he knocked everybody. He knocked him out.
Right now.
He would knock him out. Wait a minute. I didn't say Fury. I ain't
You
say
have him
Fury.
ahead of Fury.
No, I didn't say Fury. I said pound for pound, Lou. That's you. The guy's 240 pounds. Flory's 300. Pound for pound. If he was 300,
Jim, what are you talking about,
I'm
man?
just saying. I'm not saying
It's time
Fury,
for
but
the
everybody
medicine.
else he could knock
So
out.
if there's 5 million boxing fans,
Fury,
nobody has him in the
maybe-
top 10.
Nobody
Maybe
has him on
His
that
parents
list.
don't have him in
Big
the
Bang
top 10.
Zhang. Big Zhang
Yeah.
Zhang's another one.
You didn't
Oh,
have
we don't
where's
have
Big
him
Bang
on there,
Zhang on
yeah.
your list.
I don't like to put heavyweights. I'm like you. This is
You
not
have
meant
two
for
of them
heavyweights.
on there. No, he has three.
I don't like it. It's like I don't like chocolate chip cookies, but I will eat them every now and again.
You'll eat a whole lot,
I'm
Jim.
not crazy about them.
You like stew. What's that stuff? You like
With the special ingredients.
Special ingredients. All right. As always, we hope this is our last show of the year. We have hopefully show number 199 and 200 coming
Yeah,
in
very
2024. So hopefully we have something special lined up for it. I have some things in mind, and I know Vive Television Network has some things in mind as well. But anyway, we really appreciate all of your emails and comments and you watching our show. And I love doing the show with these two guys. It's my
best.
favorite thing to do. And we obviously hope you all have a very healthy, happy, successful 2024. Hope you guys have a
too, Claudio.
2024. Hope your ratings
you
are
too,
better
Jim.
next year.
Right,
and,
right.
So tune back in to the Boxing Authorities.